What if I told you your network is wasting 30 seconds every time someone plugs in their computer, and that one wrong cable could crash your entire network? In this video, I'll show you Cisco's dynamic duo, PortFast and BPDU Guard, that eliminates startup delays while protecting you from catastrophic loops. Watch now to learn how to configure these must-have features before your next innocent mistake takes down the network.
Spanning tree allows a network topology without loops. It is important to take precautions each time you activate a switch port. If the port we are activating is connected to another switch, then BPDU will be exchanged to ensure that there is no loop in the network. During this convergence time, the port goes into different states. First, it goes into a blocking state for a maximum of 20 seconds. Then it goes into listening state for 15 seconds. That is, the port listens to the BPDU it receives to know whether it should go back to the blocked state or whether it can continue its process. If all goes well, the port goes into a learning state for up to 15 seconds. And finally, it goes into the forwarding state, once the switch port is certain that there will be no network loop, if it is sending data. The port will remain in surveillance and will automatically deactivate at the slightest modification of the topology to prevent a loop from occurring. In summary, if the switch port connects to another switch, then the spanning initialization cycle tree will be done to ensure a loop-free topology. On the other hand, for access-type devices, such as computers or servers, the delays caused by the STP protocol can cause quite a few problems, especially in terms of response times. Spanning tree is designed to prevent loops, but on end-of-chain equipment, in theory there can be no loop. That's why Cisco designed the features PortFast and BPDU Guard, to reduce the time it takes to reach a port forwarding state. PortFast allows a switch to start communication much faster. That is to say, it will bypass the various states of the spanning tree to arrive directly at the forwarding state. It can only be configured on the switch ports which are already in access mode. Generally, we combine the PortFast with the function BPDU Guard, which allows us to deactivate the port immediately as soon as it receives BPDU. In a PortFast configuration, that is to say without spanning tree, BPDU should not exist because access or end devices do not generate them. If the port still receives BPDU, it is because a user has connected a switch instead of his PC, which could cause a loop. This is where BPDU Guard comes in. If BPDU are received on a port configured as a fast port, then it will automatically deactivate the port and display a message of this type on the console. The PortFast and BPDU Guard functions can be configured per port or globally on all ports of a switch. The spanning tree PortFast command configures PortFast only on one interface, and the spanning tree BPDU Guard enable command enables BPDU protection on the interface. If you want to configure these two functions on all the interfaces of the switch, you will have to use the commands spanning tree PortFast BPDU Guard default and spanning tree PortFast default in global configuration mode. To check if these two functions are active, you can see it in the running config file, or by doing a show spanning tree summary. This last command allows you to see if it is fully activated on the device.